Hello and welcome to Inkscape for Teachers. I've done a couple of tutorials before on doing geometric designs, and I think I've usually based those on circles or hexagons in circles, but I'd like to come at this one from a different approach this time. So I'll scroll across and show you what I mean. And first of all, I'll use the Polygon Tool, set it on a triangle, 3-cornered shape, Control Shift and drag out a triangle like so. And I'm going to duplicate that, Control D, and flip it in a horizontal axis, so I've got an upside down triangle, so to speak. N for the node tool lets me grab the centre, and I'm going to try and snap it to the centre of the other one. You see it snapping there? If that doesn't happen for you, turn on these snapping tools, object centres and centres of rotation, and midpoints while you're at it. Okay, now with the Bezier pen tool, I'm going to snap to the midpoint. Yep, that looks like it. And across to there, and there. Just get a confirmation message that you're actually at the midpoint. I might change that stroke to a bit bigger. It's about 1 millimetre I might have used. Okay. Alright, so there we have that one. Then I'm going to look, I could do that again with the Bezier pen tool, or I could click on that one and Control D to duplicate, flip that one in a horizontal axis and move it till it snaps up in that position there. So that's my basis pattern, and by eliminating lines, if it was a draw program, some programs you can erase little bits between the between vertices or between points and get the bits you want, but Inkscape's a little bit different, and I found a good way is to use the divide function. Before we do that, let's group all those together, well not group them, drag a marquee around them, go path, combine, so that's all one object. Okay, I'll just drag that to the side a bit. Now I'm going to use this as a sort of a cookie cutter and cut out all the little shapes that are shown here from another shape. So I might as well just use a square or rectangle, just drag out a big enough shape to encompass it all, and it must have a fill. Look, I'll give it a yellow fill, just so I can see for sure that it's filled rather than just click wide and hope for the best. If I drag this over here, it's behind, but I'll bring it to the front. The cutting object has to be the front. Now I'll select both objects and go path, divide. You can see there are a few steps involved there, but this has eluded me for some time, but I just realised you had to have something you had to divide filled behind it. Okay, if I click on that square, or what I think is a square there, and delete, deletes that section around the outside, so I've just got these bits. You can delete that bit in the middle if you want, take it or leave it. Now we can combine bits here to form the original pattern. So I'll click, and then I'll shift click 3 sections and Control Shift plus. I'll give it a red fill just so you can tell, or you could have gone union, but the shortcut is there. And then I can do it on different bits and pieces. I can say do that one, shift, click, and let's click that, and then shift click, or click and then shift click subsequent copies, and keep working our way around. Click, shift click, and blue, click, shift click, and red, and the final bit, click, shift click, and blue again. Now I forgot to combine them. I should have done it as I went. Click and then shift click and Control Shift plus to combine them all into one object. Control Shift plus, click, shift click, Control Shift plus again. Silly that I didn't do this before. Anyway, if I make this mistake, hopefully you won't. Oops, click the wrong thing. You can shift click again to take it off. Shift click the right one. Oops, shift click the correct one in there, and Control Shift plus. You can zoom in if you have to. So there we have the shape, and look, if you want to, you can group things, click and then shift click the red. If you combine them into one, Control Shift plus, you could do that as well, but you may as well do that. You can't break it apart as easily then. Shift click that, Control Shift plus to make that one. If you did want to break them apart, Control Shift K I think does that. Oh yes, you can get it to do that, Control Z. So now if I wanted to change the colour, change that to green, or change this one to yellow, it's easy to do in one hit, or blue, or whatever you wanted to do. Anyway, to change the border, you might want to thicken that up a bit. I think it took on the characteristics of one of my smaller triangles perhaps, but under stroke style I can change that back to 1mm if I want to. So there's one way to do a geometric design. Oh, you can see it, move that apart. It's two interesting individual designs. Control Z. If you think something's disappeared, so I'm just scrolling and refresh the screen. I should drag around that and Control G to group. I wouldn't want to union them because, well, I'll show you what would happen. Control ungroup. If I could Control Shift plus, you just turn into that. Or you might want to do that, I don't know. Control Z and back to Control Group. Control G to group. So there are a few different skills that may be handy in producing other geometric designs. Once again, thanks for your company. Till next time, bye for now.